So perfect. Now it's a recording now, guys. Whenever it's done, I will post it in the Schoology. And yes, guys, we are still working in activity 322. Do you remember that we had organization that provides the water service? Guys, that is important. That's why we're just focusing that a little bit more. And based on this activity, guys, the rest of the activities in the lesson 3.2 will be depends on that one. So right now, what we did, we just did several connections. We just saved the files and put them, all of them, in the on the cloud. I see only one submission done, and which is okay, guys. If you didn't have the time, that is absolutely fine, and I can understand. But please, guys, whenever you have a time, as soon as you can, you need to submit all of them. And let me just go ahead. I will share the screen, and I will show the way to submit because. I'm not asking you to submit any screenshots. So the screenshots will not be kind of evaluated. The only thing, guys, I need your Google Drive. And in that Google Drive, guys, you will submit your files that you already downloaded. Do you remember, guys, it was a little bit long journey. What we have here, let me just get my pen and I will explain one more time. So we are working in that organization now. So right now here is, we are sitting in at home. So this is our computer. Let me get another pen. So this tool is not working properly. I will get, okay. So right now, I will just zoom in. So that is organization. So that is the computer that we're using at home. And from home, we are connected to the Windows for the PLTW Windows. And from Windows, we are connecting for three different servers. So that is the Linux service, that is a Linux service, and that is the Windows service that we are going to work today. What we did last time, guys, so from our computer, we just connected to this computer, to the PLC and to the monitor, and we already know what they are and what is the duty. I will not explain it. So we establish it application. So we run it one application here, and we run it one application here, and that application just to listen a network, just to record every single step that was done on the network. Right after, whenever we run this application, we just transferred file from here to here. Do you remember that? We just transferred during using that network. And whenever we transfer it, so those applications, they were saving what we did so far. Okay. And after that, we stopped doing that one, and we save it on the local computer. And from the local computer, we save it here to our Windows machine. And from the Windows machine, we save it to our computers that we are using at home. That was important, guys, because those files we are going to use in our next activities, in activity 232 and 324, guys. We need it, guys. It's extremely important. Okay, guys, one more time, guys, do not take a snapshots. I will not look in snapshot. I will be looking for your Google Drive. And whenever you're done with the Google Drive, the only thing, guys, you need to just go to the sharing, go to the share, guys, make that is it will be accessible to everyone. Let me just get this one, accessible, that one. So the only thing, guys, you need to submit that link, and that's it. Okay, yeah, guys, please keep in mind that we need it. First, it's for your submission, and plus this is for next activities, guys. Without those files, guys, you cannot do next activities. And what we are going today is, guys, we will do the same operation with the different services now. We are still in our monitor, and we will see the communication with the web server. So let me just remind one more time what we are doing that. You see, so guys, I have three servers. That is a server Linux, which is PLC. I have a monitor, and I have a web. So that server is just monitoring the pumps. So I have the water clock, and this is just saving those information. It says that, hey, let me just call it, this is clock. That is a water A. That is a water B. That is the water C, and this server is just recording. It says that, hey, that is the information from the pump A, that is the information from the pump B, and all of them will be sent to the monitor, and this monitor is doing the billing information. So it says that, hey, from the February the pump A, the bill of the pump A is cost like in $200. You see, so the for the February, the pump B has a $180. So it makes a different calculations. And after that, whenever he is done with the calculation, he's sending to the web server. Why to the web server? Because we need to send to the people, so they are going to make a payments. So users sitting at home, they will go to the web server, they will see how much it was charged, and they can use the credit card to make a payment. Okay, whenever the payment's done, it will come back again and will say that, hey, that was paid, so put it 0 here. So that is a scenario. So right now, what we are going to do is today we will see how we can use the communication between these two machines. Again, we need to run the application that we did here. And also we need to run the application here. But do you remember in the Windows, we use the Wireshark. So we are going to use the Wireshark here, and we are going to use the TCPDUM. It's long. It's even hard to say it. So we are going to run both of them. And after that, whenever it's running, we will just make some file transfer. You see, so I need to get my file from here. I will save it to my monitor. And after that, I will get this file. I will send to the web server. So I'm just making the network busy. And after that, whenever they record it, guys, we will save it. We will bring to that Windows machine. And from the Windows machine, we will bring to our home. And from the home, we will save to the Google Drive. So after today's, guys, right now we have 2 files only that we did last time, and we are going to have 2 more files and these 4 files will be used later on. Guys, I do hope, I will cross my fingers that I didn't mess your mind, so and you have an understanding of what we are doing right now. Any questions so far about, like, before starting on? And one more time, guys, I'm underlining, do not send me any snapshots yet in this activity. It's all about put in your folder, guys. I need to see your names, and I need to see your log. Okay, so that is log. So before starting that, guys, I have 2 good news for you. Actually, it's not news; it's something to remind. I was searching online. There is, so you know, this cybersecurity class, PLTW cybersecurity, is also in other schools too. So different public schools, different states, they are learning the same thing. And I like the one of the teacher. He made good job, and he just put it all Linux commands here in one of the Google Docs. You see, so it says that 3.00. So that is the unit 3 that we are learning right now. And that activity 311, 311. And he just listed all of them. And it was so organized, guys. I love it. So LS is just stands for, and here is a description. So CD, and he just put this description. It's so cool, guys. I really like it. So what I'm going to do, guys, I'm going to send you this link to you. It's just for you. Just keep it. Do you remember that I was telling that it's good to have these sticky notes to put around? If you want, you can still do that. But also, I will send you this file, guys. So that school is still in activity 313, but we are doing the 322 right now. So that is do you remember, guys, we did all of them, like this, SU root, and Control Z. Sleep, we did sleeps too. Perfect. So that is just keep in mind. And before starting, guys, one more thing that I was on the New York Times. New York Times, they published it recently. I believe it was in February. Yes, February 8th, like in a couple days ago. And do you see, like, let's see what it says, that is the hackers are trying to get a water supply in Florida town. This is the same, exactly same that we are doing right now here. And somebody already did it. So there is a hacker in Florida. That hacker that he was trying to. I'm not sure. Maybe he's struggling with the paying bills or something. So from outside, he was trying to connect to the server. From the server, he was connected to the pump and to change his bill. But security government, they just caught him. Like, and it's an issue. It's a big issue. Right now, you see the hackers remotely access it. You see remotely from home to the water treatment plant in the small Florida city. If you want, guys, you can just read it too. And yeah, it's happening, guys. You see it happening. So everywhere, guys, cybersecurity is everywhere. So and also I will try to find other articles, like some students in the college universities, they are trying to go and online to go to the university server to change their grades. That is so every single organization, they need a cybersecurity specialist. Okay, perfect. So let me just start and we will go in. So as we discussed it before, guys, what we are going to do is, let me just get my screen. I will just clean it. So right now, what I'm going to do is I will open all three services now. Okay, so the first is my log file is here. And by saying log file, what does it mean? That the information of one pump or all pumps. So this file is here. So right now, what I'm going to do is I'll go ahead and get this file and I will put it here on my monitor. So that IP is 5, that IP is 6, and that IP is 7. So let's see. First of all, we need to transfer a file from here to here. Okay, perfect. So I will go to my remote. I will do a little bit faster because we already did. I will go to my monitor. And from monitor, I will go to my user and password is just a password. Perfect. So I just logged in. Now, from my monitor, I want to connect to my PLC. I will say FTP 10.02.05. Do you remember it was 5? And the username and password for the PLC is Vagrant. Vagrant. Perfect. So right now I did my FTP connection. Do you remember? Most probably, guys, in EOC exam, they will ask you, hey, what is the FTP connection? The FTP connection is just a connection between two computers that is going to establish it to file transfer, nothing else. So I have a file on one computer. So I need to transfer this file from one computer to another computer, and it goes through the FTP. And it looks like we are done. So we have that connection. And do not forget, guys, I'm still on my monitor. So I want to list, hey, PLC, what do you have? And it has a pump log txt. Do you see the pump log txt here? Perfect. So right now, what I will say that I want to get that file from the PLC and I will bring it to my monitor. I will say get pump PLC, pump log txt. I want to get exactly that file. Let me just say, it says yes, perfectly. It was received. Let me just quit. I will say quit. Let me just clear. So right now, I am back to my monitor. You see, right now, this is me as a user because my username is a user, and I am using my pump monitor server. I just want to make sure that file was transferred. So if I go to the LC, and yes, perfect. So my pump log is here. Perfectly. So what we did is we just transferred that file from here to here. That is good. So what is step number 2? The step number 2 is, let me just clean my screen and I will. So before transferring that file from the PLC to the server, I need to run those applications that is going to listen the network. Okay, so I will just open them. They will be recording. And after that, I will transfer this file from the monitor to my web server. Okay, so let's see. Actually, it's a little bit long way because we need to remember the code. Actually, do not memorize, but just keep in mind we need to type a code. So we need to type this code, yes. Do you remember that last time what we did it? We just typed all of them, but it was a baseline. So we already saved it here. It is here. That was the first file that we listened each other between PLC and the monitor. Now, what I'm going to do is I will do the same operation. So instead of 1, I will put a 2. So by saying 2, that means that is my second file that I'm going to listen. So I will open on my second screen. Let me just open here so I can easily type it. And this time, guys, I do hope I will not miss anything. Now, I am on my monitor. I will say, hey, sudo, please. So what I'm doing basically, I'm typing the exactly same that we did last time. So here I will put my real name and I will ask you guys to put your name because I will grade it, put your name. And now I will just put a 2 here because that is my second file. That is the connection between the monitor and this and the server. So let me see. So I will say sudo tcpdump. tcpdump. Guys, do you see what I'm doing? I will put my real name. What else? I will say that is a pump monitor baseline 2.pcap. And I will put N, I will put S, I will put 65535, I will put I and 5 not port 22. Guys, you don't have to memorize, but keep in mind, guys, there is a script. You see, that is the downside of the commands. Usually in Wireshark, you will see it just few click, and run. But here in the server, in the Linux, we need to type. Yes, unfortunately. So what I'm going to do is I will say run it. Didn't. I put a sudo. It should be sudo. You see, I just misspelled. Again, I need to type all of them. Sudo tcpdump. I hope I will not do any mistake. I will put my real name and I will put pump monitor and I will say baseline 2 and pcap. That's that right? Yes, pcap. That is N, that is S, 65535. I and 5 not port 22. Cross my fingers. Yes, it says what is your password. The password is just a password. Again, I put incorrect password. Okay, I will try one more time. Sudo tcpdump. We need to get used to, guys. We need to pay attention here and pump monitor baseline 2.pcap. And 5 not port 22. Was it not port 22? You see, ANS 5 not port 22. So let me just run it. Perfect. So it started listening. That means that application on my server, which is on the server, it started listening. So whatever comes to my monitor or whatever goes out of monitor, it is going to record all of them. Perfect. So I will just keep that on the side. I will keep this on the side. Right now, I need to open my web server because on the web server, we need to run that application. And I already did it here. It's here. So let me just double click. So that is my server. And how to get to that server, you need to just click that one. You see, that is the web server. If you click it, guys, it will take about 6, 7, 8 seconds to load it, even a little bit, maybe more. So whenever you see it, it comes that way. It looks like Windows. Actually, it is a Windows, but that is the Windows server, okay? So let me just go to my diagram again, and I will explain what I did. So we just connected from these windows to that web server windows. So visually, they look like a little bit same. So right now, you see, we need to open the Wireshark. And the Wireshark, do you remember that we covered before? The Wireshark is a tool that is going to listen what is on the network, what is coming to the web server, and what is going out of the web server. So if I do not specify anything here, so as a default, if I run it, it will save everything, but we don't want to do it. Why? Because we are going to filter it. Otherwise, you will see it will be a lot of information. So we need to sort them somehow. So right now, what I'm going to tell that, hey, I need to make a setting, and I will be listening only the network that is coming from a monitor. So whatever comes to the monitor and from the monitor or to the monitor, I will record it. Or whatever comes from outside, I will not listen for now. Okay, and in order to make that settings, let me just go down. I will show you. Here we go. So we need to do that one. So we need to go to the connection. So right now we open the Wireshark. We need to select Ethernet 4. Uh-oh, you will say Ethernet. What is the Ethernet? Maybe I will not go that much in detail, but just keep in mind the Ethernet is, imagine that you have a computer. So right now at the computer that you are using at home, it has only one place that you can put the internet connection. So that is Ethernet. But in the server, they have a couple. So we have a one internet, we have a second internet, we have a third internet. So we have a couple plugs that we can plug the Ethernet cables. So yes, in regular machines, we have only one. Either it's Mac or Windows or whatever you are using, you have only one. So right now, I will tell my machine that, hey, I want to just connect to my Ethernet 4. So that is Ethernet 4, okay? And after that, I need to filter that. So I need to type it. So whatever comes to every port, but not these ports. I know it's a little bit long, but I need to type it. So let me just put it on my second screen, and I will type from my second screen. Where is it? Okay. So I will say here, not port 3389, or port 22. You see, it used to be red, but whenever you type all of them correctly, it will be green. So what I did, I just type it whatever it says here, like 1-to-1, not port 338 or port 22, and close the parentheses. So I did it. What I'm going to do, I will say run. Now it started listening. If you do not put the filter, guys, you will see it will get a lot of information, but now nothing else. You see, so it's just listening, but they are ready to listen to each other. But since we didn't transfer any files yet, there is no any records. You see nothing happening here, but it's listening, it's recording. Let me put it down. I will just put it down on the side. Perfect. So any questions so far, guys? Let me look on my chat. I see there is a one chat here. Okay, so if you have any question, guys, please unmute yourself. I just want to make sure that you understand what you are doing. And by the way, you don't have to do it right now. Please watch me what I'm doing. And later on, guys, you will just follow the steps and you will see. Otherwise, guys, whenever you follow the steps, maybe it will not make sense why you are doing so. Now, let me just go back to my diagram again. So right now, what we did it, so these two machines, they are listening network. Okay, and now do you remember that we had a file here? And now I will get this file and I will transfer from here to here, and they are going to record it, what I did so far. So right now, let me just open my monitor again, and you will ask that, hey, we already have our monitor listening here. But that is fine if you open the same monitor with a different application. That is absolutely fine. So we are in the same machine, but from the different windows. Okay, because I don't want to bother here. It's listening. Just stay here. And that Windows server is also listening. It stays on the side. Right now, what I'm going to do is I will do my operation. So I will log into my server. That is the user, and the password is just a password. So right now, I log it into my monitor. Let me see what kind of files I have. Oh, I have that pump log txt. I want to take this pump log txt and put on the web server. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I need to connect to my web server. So that is FTP. FTP. Do you remember the IP address? It was 10.2.0.7. Let me put the .7. Oops, it's not a 20, it's a 0. Let me type it one more time. It's 10 to 0. Okay, perfect. It says that here, I want to connect it, but what is the user? The user is anonymous. So anonymous. And what is the password? Password is just a blank. And how I get them, and all information is given here. Let me show you. Here we go. So it says that we need to, so from my monitor, I'm connected to my web server. Okay, so this is how we connect it. And after that, it's asking, hey, what is the password? The password is anonymous, and the password is just a blank. So whenever it's asking the password, just hit the enter key. And we did it. So right now, I am on my server, okay? And I want to get this pump log from the monitor to the web server. So let me ask you, and let me give you 5 seconds, maybe you'll remember, how can I put that file to that to the server? Do you remember we did here in the PLC, we just get a file. Now I need to put a file. I need to place file from, so it's easy. You will say just put again. So we'll say put, I put what? Pump log txt. So do you see what I'm doing that? I'm just putting the pump log txt to my folder. But before putting that folder, let me just go ahead. We need to specify where I want to put. So if I just put a default, maybe it will save somewhere in the web server that we cannot find later on. Because right now, I don't know if I just send it to the server, maybe the server will get and put in one of the default website folders. And I will spend like in the hours to find out where it is. So right now, I will say, hey, can you list what you have? So the Windows has those folders. Now, one of the folders is inet pub. So I will say cd inet pub. Net. So right now, I am in that folder. So let me list one more time what is in that folder. Let me just list it. Now I have another list. I see caster, I see FTP root, I see logs, and let me go ahead to the FTP root. I will say cd FTP root. So right now I am in FTP root. At least I know where I'm putting my file. Okay. Now I will say that I want to put here, what was that? Pump log.txt. So if I run it, perfect. So you see, I just sent my file from the monitor to the web server, and I know where it is located. Okay, that is important. So let me just go ahead to the server again. Oh, my server says that, hey, something happened in the network. You see, and it recorded. Wow, that's cool. So it recorded all of them. And later on in our next activity, we are going to analyze it. What happened? I know that I sent some file. I know my file. And I will analyze, did somebody else transfer it files? And I will try to catch them. So that is also important. Perfect. So what I'm going to do is I will say quit. And yes, it's quitted, and let me just close it. Yes, perfect. At least I'm feeling a little bit better now because it didn't give any error. So these two machines, they were listening each other, and I made a transfer. So they saved something. So right now, what I'm going to tell that here in the PLC, stop listening. So I'm done with my transfer, and in order to stop that is the Control C. So if I can make a Control C, perfect. So it stopped listening. Let me just list it. I'm going to list. And yes, my file is here. Do you remember the baseline too? Perfect. It's saved. That is perfect. That is what I want to. And what I'm going to do is I will go to my server and I will say, hey, Wireshark, can you please stop listening? And I want to save it. So I will go to the file. You see, that is the beauty of the GUI. It's just clicking, click, click. There is no way to comment it. It's so it's more useful, but if you are working with the hundreds of the servers, guys, it will take forever to go one by one and making clicking. So it depends on what the company you're working and what is good for you. So I will go to the save as. What I'm going to do is I will give my file name. So let me see, what is the file name supposed to be? It should be that way. It should be my name, my real name, and you will type your names, guys. You will type a web01 and a baseline 2. Okay. So let me just go ahead and I will say, let me just put it. I will put my real name. I will put a web01 and I will put a baseline 2. Do not hit the save yet, because right now, as a default, it says that is a Wireshark file. But we don't need a Wireshark. We need a second one, which is pcap. Do you remember that we have a pcaps in other file in the server? So we need to select the second one, not the default one. So here, and I will say that, hey, can you save on the desktop? Perfect. So it is here. That is good, guys. I'm so happy now. That is perfect. Let me just minimize it. That is good. So let me just go to my diagram again, and there's a couple more left, and we are done for today. So what we are going to do is, guys, do you remember, guys, we run it our application. They were listening each other. We made our transfer, which is good. And right now we just stop it, all of them, and we have a files here. So the file here and the file is here. So right now, what we are going to do is we will get those files and we will put in our PLTW Windows machine. We will put it here as well. And whenever we have two files here, after that, I will get to my home computers that you have right now at your home. And after that, you will get both of them and put on a Google Drive, and you will submit this Google Drive to the Schoology. You see, guys, that is a lot. But guys, that is a very good skill, because whenever if you work with a company, imagine that machine is in another country and you are sitting at home. You can connect to the server and collect all data from the different countries and from the different machines. So that is good. So right now I'm going to transfer this file from the monitor to my here, and from the web server to here. So let's go one by one and let's do that. I feel that I don't need this anymore. Let me just close it, and I will open my new monitor. Perfect. Oh, no, I will not open it because I don't need it. I need my Wireshark. I need my, what do you call it? The PowerShell. So this PowerShell is here. I'm working on that PowerShell. And from here, I will connect to my monitor to get the file. So I will say FTP. Do you remember the IP of the monitor? It was 6. So that is a 10.2.0.6. 10.2.0.6. And what was the username? User, just user, and the password is a password. Perfect. My FTP is done. And one more operation. Do you remember just binary? Yes, guys, don't ask what is the binary stands for. Just type it. It has, of course, some explanation, but it's something related with the Windows. So right now, I have my FTP connection between this PLTW machine and the Linux server, which is monitor. I will say, hey, monitor, what do you have? And monitor says that, hey, I have a lot of files, but I need to get that file. You see, I see my name and I see the pump monitor baseline 2 pcap. I need to get it. I need to transfer to my local machine. So I will say get, and let me be careful. I want to type them one by one. I will type my name. That is pump monitor base. It's capital B. Baseline 2 pcap. Cross my fingers. Perfect. Perfect. So we did it. So we transferred the file from the monitor to my machine, and I will quit. So I'm just quit it. Now I'm going to connect to my web server. It's the same. So I will say FTP, go to the 10.2.0.7. Do you remember that it was 7? Let me just double check it. Yes, it was 7. You see the 7 is here. So right now I'm connected from here to here. And I will say, what was the username? Anonymous. The username is anonymous and password just a blank. Perfect. I have my FTP connection, and of course, I need to make my binary. So binary is done. I will say, hey, Windows, what do you have? If you want, you can type LC or the dir, which is directory. Let me just type LC. And it's not here. So that is the Windows issue. We cannot see everything here. So, but let me just go to my Windows, to my server. You see, my file is here. Please don't do it. We are going to getting. So my file is here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to save it. I will say, hey, can you copy? And I will go to the file. Let me go to the C. Under the C, I have a users. Okay, and I will put it here under users. So I know where it is. So let me pass it here. Perfect. So it is here. It is under the C. It is under the users. Okay, not that much in deep. Okay, so let me just say, hey, what do you have? Let me just list it one more time, and I will say, hey, what do you have? It says I have a user. Do you see it? The user is here? Yeah, I know, guys, it's very tiny. You need to just focus a little bit, guys. I wish I could zoom in, but I cannot. So that is the user. I will go to the user, CD users. And now it was successful. So right now I am inside the users. I will say, hey, can you list what you have? Hey, users, can you please list me what you have? I'll ask. And let me see. Yes, perfect. My file is here. You see, here is my file. Now I will get that file and I will transfer to my this PLTW machine. I will get, I will put my name one by one, whatever you have that web01, and I will say baseline 2 pcap. Perfect. We did it, guys. That is perfect. So we just transfer it. We just transferred this file from the pump to this machine and from the web server to that machine as well. I know, guys, I messed it up here, but I do hope, guys, you understand what I'm doing right now. So let me just minimize it. And in order to understand where they are, I'm not in the server. I'm in my local machine from the PLTW, okay? So I'm going to my local, I'm going to my users, I'm going to my administration, and yes, it's here. But where is the second one? That is from the web server, but the one from the PLC is missing. It's not good. Let me do it one more time. Let me just keep it here. It should be here. Something wrong, please. Let me just close it, my the PowerShell. I will connect to my monitor one more time. You see, that file is from the server. We transferred it, but from the FTP, it was from the monitor. It was good. But let me just type it. I will say FTP 10.2.6 and the user password and binary. Let me just list it. Yes, it is here. So I need to get this file and put it here. So I will say get. I will put my real name. So I'm just copying exactly one by one. Otherwise, it will give me error. Pump monitor baseline 2 pcap. Cross the fingers. It says received. Yes, perfect. It's here now. It's here. You see, guys, two files here. Yes, perfect. We did it. We succeeded. So right now, both my files are here. So right now, I'm going to download them to my local machine that I'm using at home right now. I'm using Mac, but it doesn't matter. You have a Windows or Mac, it doesn't matter. So what I'm going to do is I will get these two lines. There is no codes because we are in the Windows. The Windows is all about clicking. So what I'm going to do is I will make a copy and I will go to that one. Do you see the G on? I cannot read it. So it's here. If I go to download it and I will paste here, actually it will not pass here. It will download to my local machine, to to my machine that I'm using at home. 1, 2, 3. Yes. Right now, I have these two files on my Mac. Perfect. So they are here. Yes. That is good, guys. I like that. So that is both of them are here, and I will upload these two to my this folder, which is Google Drive, and you need to download this as well. And after that, guys, share this link to the Schoology. Okay. I know it's a long journey, guys, but believe it or not, this activity is very good. You are learning a lot. And these files is going to be used in other next two activities, 2, 3, 4. I don't know, like, there's a lot. So we need to make sure that we know how to get a file from one server to another server, from one country to another country. It's just few clicks or few commands. Let me go ahead. I will stop recording.